Hey, Logan. Yeah, we're gonna listen to Kavinsky's all day today. Rest in peace. How are you, Logan? Yeah. Have to explain. Getting ratioed? Oh no, what happened? I wanna see this. Welcome in, buddy. Let's look. What do you hate about AI? Please don't comment. Yo, Penguin, welcome in. It doesn't. It's making people dumber. It's not. Isn't as good as humans at XYZ. It is. Let me hear the good arguments. You can do this. Y'all don't even have a clue, and it shows over here worried about Jimmy and his AIR connection. All right. 300 comments. Was this? Did you purposely like make it baity, or were you like approaching it with um? Okay. You're learning the art. You provided three excellent arguments and failed to provide an actual counter argument. Half and half. Yeah. It stinks, it doesn't. It's full of harmful bacteria. It's not, isn't as good as chocolate because XYZ. Yeah. I've I said silly things before, but I didn't expect it to um like for example this post on the anti-AI people. Um kind of same with the same thoughts about them as the hype AI hype people. They don't see the nuance. In the end, it's just a tool. Um, but there are the anti AI people who's like approach the argument without having used it at all. Like clearly you've never used it and you don't know how useful it can be. Um, and then there's the hype people who like rely on it all the time. Mm, and they're like learning is not important anymore. Life is meant to be productive all the time. You got to be shipping like 100% of your day. Yeah, when they're shipping, and it's not like whatever they ship, like it's useless. I made this post a couple. Feel I really want to punch. Yeah. For example, like Bash Bunny's live right now. Oh, did my thoughts on them are political. Your ADs est what? Yeah. So Bash Bunny's live right now, and she's learning Rust, right? And she's building a shell, and she's following like a learning path on how you can build a shell while in Rust, and she's enjoying it. And then people are like, you're better off um just using AI to build it and being productive. But like, bruh, Bash knows her stuff. She knows when to use AI, when she doesn't. Has to use. All right, okay. So I made this post. Is 28 too old to cosplay? And like, I know it isn't, but I just thought it was a funny. I just thought it was a funny question, so I thought like, why not just tweet it, right? I posted it on Twitter, but people on Twitter know that I'm silly. Threads doesn't know me. They know that Threads doesn't know that I just say silly things. But it took it so it is kind of baity, but it took a very wholesome turn because everyone was like posting pictures of them in their cosplay, and like there are people in their 30s, people in their 40s. Adult money, yeah. I bought a cosplay recently. I'm waiting for it to come. It'll probably be here within the week. But I'm gonna go to London Comic Con. I'm gonna wear it there. It'll be fun. I've never cosplayed before, so it's my first time. Hello, Zeno. You can be the anti AI people, but like you use it. So like any criticism you have about it is valid. There are the anti AI people who've absolutely never like touched it, and they're just, and you can tell by their arguments that like it doesn't make sense. But yeah, it took a very wholesome turn. Yeah. Yeah. Right. How's everybody? Bro, I was supposed to start stream 6 hours ago, but I ended up taking a 6 hour nap after work. Yeah, I just don't like how it's being shoved down our throats. Because in the end, it's the tool. I can't just like say I hate the tool. I hate the people who are shoving it down my throat and telling me to use it every single way when there's something that I already know is the best path forward, and I don't really need to like go to an AI and spend an hour having a back and forth just to affirm that like my idea is my plan is the best plan forward. Warhammer Inquisitor. Warhammer Inquisitor. But you know what I hate more than AI and pro AI hype men and anti AI people? People who are not willing to have a discussion and want to approach, like, it's completely fine to have belief and conviction in um um your side of the argument, right? But you got to approach it from when you're discussing with people, you got to approach it in the form of, we're going to discuss and we're going to learn from each other, right? And in the end, we still might not agree with each other, but we've had an exchange. But if you approach it from like, hey, your take's dog shit, my take's better, there's in the end there was no conversation had, and all you did is just show that, like, you have the superior ground. Yeah, the water use thing, well, there is some truth to it because they are redirecting. Well, the main issue is there needs to need to put more money into desalination plants so that more people have access to good quality water. But right now they're redirecting it towards data centers. So there is some truth to it, but corn production uses more water, meat production uses more water. Hank Green did a nice video on the whole water use thing. Hank Green AI water. Kyle Lentit did a new video. Yeah, this one. I'm not gonna watch it now, but if you guys are interested. Yeah. Guys, before we get distracted later, let's watch this interview with the sysadmin. Electricity is about to be like house. Yeah,
Very well.
he's so funny.
I'll keep the company running.
He's like his channel is like if Silicon Valley the show is still going on right now. It satisfies the same like part of my brain that Silicon Valley did.
Company does not know this. The company also does not run very well.
I do not support printers. DNS, check DNS again. Oh, the OSI model. I still don't know the OSI model like well in my head. So this having this printed out on the wall makes so much sense. My current position is no. My current position is no. An a cron job. Corporate. Let's see.
Have you opened the ticket? My title is Assistant Engineer Technician 3. Nobody knows what that means. That spot is on. There's no level 1 or 2. If it has a button, I'm responsible for it working. Now, I was told this on day 1. I've not been told anything since. Shouldn't there be someone else for redundancy? Job security is more
redundancy.
important than redundancy. System updates
Yeah,
should be done Sunday at 2
that's
a.m.
me right now.
I'm not paid for Sunday at 2 a.m., so patches are deployed Monday at
Yeah, they
10:30.
do.
No, I'm not documenting anything here. There's
Especially
no
people in networking. Especially people in networking.
cannot be passed to anybody. They really need me to teach people how to write secure passwords, but they pay Kubernetes management level salary. On day one, you receive your complimentary laptop.
But yeah, you have a whole data center stack. You need to know the OSI well.
You log in and access to every system you will ever need. I'm still waiting for my day one. I like my Microsoft account manager, and every quarter he buys me lunch. And I buy his renewal every year. That's the art of the deal. No. A ticket cannot move from done back to in progress. Can move to reopened. We have
Reopened.
240 employees and 340 active accounts. Deactivating them will be a change. No changes. Also, the company-wide announcement, it is open by 33% of staff. Outside the phishing test, it is open by 85% of the company. Now rep software update requests as vacation vouchers. At this point, I'm just trying to prevent interns from pasting the .info to ChatGPT. Our AWS bill is somewhere between 30,000 and 300 million. Looking at it would mean filing a report with the CIO. We reserved instances for a project that got cancelled. That's what enterprise means. Azure AD is called Entra now.
Yeah.
Nothing changed
Nothing
except every
changed.
document I've ever written.
Fuck.
When a dev requests a new environment, do not say no. Saying no creates conflict. Instead, ask for a justification document. By the time they finish writing it, they completely forgot about the environment. If they do finish the document, use the phrase per our governance framework.
Governance framework.
But we do not have a governance framework. We have single sign-on. One password for
Is
everything.
it between
You will
layers? Is
enter
that
9 times a day.
TCP?
Active Directory contains every user, every group, every decision made since 2004.
I don't know.
Nobody who's made those decisions works here. Our security concept,
It should be a
BitLocker
mix.
keys are stored in Active Directory. We've never tested or restore. We don't have to. We have backups. We secured everything with your phone, yeah. We do not secure the phone. We have a Confluence. It contains 4,000 pages. Search returns none of them. Knowledge goes in, it doesn't come out. This is also a security feature. Excel is the company's real database. The devs wanted to get admin rights. There's a form to get admin rights. The form requires admin rights. Well done, Walter. There are 3 pages titled Onboarding Guide. It's not linked anywhere. Our most critical business process is a macro written by a man who left in 2013. It does not open in the new Excel. We keep an old laptop around. This snapshot right here is called before small change. It's 4 terabytes.
But there,
Every policy I write contains the phrase where reasonable. It's a very important phrase. It means no. Any request that begins with it will be quick, add 3 months to your timeline. If a developer says it's an emergency, it's not an emergency. If a VP says it's an emergency, it's not an emergency.
It's not an
You will
emergency.
pretend it is. On our last incident, the software architect sent a 4-paragraph email about commit message conventions. The outage was DNS.
DNS.
Hypothetically, if anyone encrypted or lost data,
Oh no.
backup, what could you do? Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
We can patch it, of course, after the change request. My job is not to fix things, no. My job is to be the only one who could. We freeze all changes from Thanksgiving through January. For 20% of the year, nothing can break. It was my top performing quarter. If you cannot identify the responsible party in an outage, the responsible party is usually whoever's on PTO. It's operational efficiency. There's a security
That's not
group
what you
named
look like.
Temp
What a
Access
phoenix.
do not use. It has 91 members. Ansible works universally. 999 out of 1,000 servers. The company's code base is written in COBOL. What do you blame me for? My CEO asked, did we move to the cloud? I said, we already have.
No.
I just call the on-prem service the cloud.
The cloud.
Different,
I mean,
different
it's
universe,
true.
yeah. Different categories. So. I tend to recommend one of them.
Vendor
We do
quotes
not
I read.
document SOPs. So I'm just hallucinating stuff into the AI. Yeah.
I've been entertaining vendors just to get quotes, and I would send them to the CEO. And I know the CEO is not going to approve, but it's just like mostly security services, especially SOC, just to show how much I'm doing for free, and like how I replicated what the vendors are offering in our own infra and with all open source tooling.
We have a folder of PowerShell scripts. Fix 1 through fix 9. It fails when I run it as a script, so I run everything line by line. It cannot be done fast, cannot be done faster. Citrix lets you access applications anywhere at the speed of nowhere. Well,
Do
this
people
script is
still use
only temporarily,
Citrix?
since 2018. Currently, our position is no. Yeah, to your software
Her
request.
position is no.
I understand.
The heck?
Some backup. Did you file a change request? The change advisory board is on Tuesdays. Not next Tuesday, but most Tuesdays. Yeah, please file a change request. Thank you.
The ITIL certificate is from 2001.
CEO having funny ideas at night. AI. The new VP of AI built a search system for internal data to handle
Yeah.
1 trillion documents. He selected it, and I ended up running it. Luckily, it was Turbo Puffer, so I did not have to babysit it like all the other 112 times. Serverless, no clusters to keep alive, no nodes to patch, no surprise capacity events at 3 a.m. I like it.
Serverless.
I like it. Very low storage cost. I'm not paying for it anyway. You go home, and your email still works, your file share still mounts, your VPN still connects. I don't know what happened. We might have been hacked or something, because this never happened.
Thank you, Turbo Puffer, for sponsoring this
Tober
video.
Puffer.
Yes.
Nice. Knowledge goes in, it doesn't come out. 4,000 pages in Confluent search returns none of them. This monitor is as bright as the future of OpenAI. You secured everything with your phone. We did not secure the phone. Oh my god. What does Turbo Puffer do? Vector and full text search. Turbo Puffer. All right. Some golang progress, at least a little bit. The JavaScript one, yeah. Okay. Word count, another map or time. Let's finish the maps. Oh. You teach English as a foreign language to high school students. You decided to base your entire curriculum on TV shows. You analyze which words are used and how often they're repeated. This will let you choose the simplest shows to start with and gradually increase the difficulty as time passes. Tasks count how many times. Hello, Duncan Crossbury. Welcome in. How are you? Bro, I'm surprised there are people around this time. Racism is so cringe. Yes, but where is this coming from? There's no racism happening right now. Only good vibes right now. The subtitles from these dramas, I did have like a stint, but this happened on Kick Chat. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Sorry you dealt with that. But wait, on Kick Chat, let me try to find that message. I'm half Indian, but I am South Asian. I'm half Indian. I've never lived in India. Yeah. In general, from all right. As image user. I can't find it. But someone was just spamming the most like horrid shit. I was glad I was not paying to kick chat at the time. I saw it at the end of my stream, and I was like, "Yeah, Rip Kavinsky." So I'm playing Kavinsky all day, all stream. The characters often speak in casual English using contractions. What are you up to, Duncan? What are you up to? Which country am I from? Hard to explain. But my country of passport is Sri Lanka. My dad is from Sri Lanka. My mom is from India. I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia. I lived in Saudi until I was 17. Then I lived in Canada for 8 years. And now I'm back in Saudi. Yeah. I've lived on visas my entire life. Yeah. 4:20 a.m. or 4:20 p.m. a.m. So are you like based in India? Where? India. Okay, nice. Very good. Bro, it's late. Night owl. It's 1:50 a.m. for me. Only use ASCII characters. The characters often speak in casual English using contractions like there or it's. Though these contractions come from two words, it's considered a single word.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, I'm from all over the place. Words can be separated by any form of punctuation. The only punctuation that does not separate words is the apostrophe in contractions. Numbers are considered words. In the subtitle says it costs $100, then 100 will be its own word. Words are case insensitive. The word you occurs 3 times. The order in the word count in the result doesn't matter. Here's an example that incorporates several of the elements discussed above. Simple words, contractions, numbers, case insensitive words, punctuation. To separate words, different forms of white space to separate words. The mapping for this subtitle would be 123 once, agent once, cried once, fled once, I once, password once, so once, special once, that's the. Yikes, this is going to be rough. So you pass in a phrase. You're not an Indian citizen? Damn. Where you what country citizenship do you have? Was born elsewhere and moved here. Okay. You don't qualify for Indian citizenship? Like I grew up in Saudi, I'm not a Saudi citizen. But Saudi doesn't really have a naturalization process until recently. You're not taking it. Okay. Other passports better. Or would you have to give up? There's no dual citizenship in India? Oh. Got that thing? Just break it down into chunks. It'll be no problem. Okay. All right. First, we will lowercase the string. Import strings, right? Phrase strings to lower phrase. All right. Using contractions, though these contractions come from two words, the contraction is considered a single word. Can be separated by any form of punctuation. Only punctuation that doesn't separate word is the apostrophe. Okay. Numbers are considered words. The subtitle says it costs $100, then 100 will be its own word. Words are case sensitive. For example, the word you occurs 3 times in the following sentence. Yeah. So, we're ignoring punctuation, except, okay, we need to split words by punctuation. Mm, change string to slice and separate every punctuation. Oh, there's a golang example. Regex. Using split. We'll just use split. Or re split. Regex split. Except apostrophe. Oh, they're not using regex here. Oh, there's a Unicode is punctuation. Interesting. You have to escape them. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do it one step at a time. Split golang. Golang split golang string. Comma. Strings dot split. Word list strings dot is capital S, right? Yeah. Hello, Fallen. Welcome. Good to see you. How you been? Bow. I'm all right. I'm chilling. We can just no, it's a new type. So word list. Oh, the thing is, can you run split again? All right. One whole week of work down, and we'll see how much Golang I want to do. I wanted to switch over to Godot, but then I thought maybe not, just commit to finishing Golang and not add one more thing. Using multiple delimiters. The fields func. Cool. I was thinking of building a Vampire Survivors clone, but the setting would be in the modern IT office, and I wanted to name the game Return to Office. And the kind of things that will attack you are like bugs, managers, tickets. So that's like the initial idea I had in my head, and I want to riff off of that. On call. Yeah, on call. I thought it was a pretty neat idea. I'm just gonna keep that in the back burner until I finish things that I'm committed to for now. The regex method seems neat. But that one feels like hit the principle of least surprise. Things are often very expect. Yeah, it's pretty feature filled. It's got what you need. And you don't have to pay insane fees. I need to change my shirt. This is a little dirty. Only comma. Number of times you wanna split it. Bevy. Okay. Godot Rust. Sergeant Pepper does Godot Rust. Split using regex. Go's built-in regex engine can help us out. We don't even need to use the strings package here. We just use the regex package. Why do you say 0 to 9? And why -1? For Bevy? Neat. Bruh, this is like a carbon copy. Oh, it's okay. Same author. Never mind. Okay. Using regex by punctuation and punctuation, white space, and white space except apostrophe. I don't like dealing with regex, so this is something I'm going to rely on AI to do. Regular expression works as follows. Matches the beginning part word, non-capturing group that can repeat 0 or more times, matches a literal apostrophe, check to see if each character between A and Z is for apostrophe. I want to split them into each word into a list. And strip out all of the other punctuation. My brain is not braining today. Or is there a way password twice? Can I run split again on a list, or does split only take in? Returns the slice. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, iterate over each item and run the split, because each item would be a string. But then I need to put it back into the original list, and I would need to replace. Oh, I can. You're right. Okay. So now we'll just split by spaces, right? For word in range word list, for key word in word list, um check if string has substring golang contains word remove substring from string golang. Let's just do remove substring from string golang. Replace. Okay. Contains word. Can you pass in strings golang. Can you pass in multiple? Contains report. Okay. Nope. So space is done. Right? Strings dot no word key equals strings dot replace all word, and then with that. I wanted to do a switch statement, but what if the word contains multiple? So he and now we should have an updated list. Okay. For where's the list? Here. Wait. Word list. You're right. And since I'm already looping through it, I don't have to create another one. Let's make a new map. I can do that, right? Wait. Create empty map golang. For some reason, I don't like the make method. I like this method. Map literal. Word map. Map string int. You might not follow the process I'm going for. Yeah. I just wanted to see if I can do it without regex. I couldn't really fully wrap my head around. All right. Word map. Word. Yeah. By default, an item is 0, right? So plus equal what word map word plus plus should work, hopefully. Okay. And in the end, you return. Oh, frequency. You're using a type. I don't think I've done types yet. But I can still just return the map, right? For test pass, count one word. Word. Okay, that worked. Decent method. From the strings package? We'll have a look at the other people's solutions after I solve it my way. Count one of each word. So one of each of one, and we return. Let's do I want to see. Yeah, FMT. FMT print ln word map. I want to see the map. Each of one, nice. Multiple occurrences. One fish, two fish. Okay, so fish will be 4 times, nice. Normalize case. Go, go, go. Stop, stop. 3 go, 2 stop, nice. Okay. Handle cramped list. So 1, 2, 3. Oh. You can just return that. So I need to do one for this is kind of scuffed, but oh, no, no, no. Okay. This still didn't work? Why? Why didn't this work? Oh, because it didn't split. Oh. It will return 1, 2, 3 without the no. Because you're splitting by space. Let's check the strings package. Let's see if there's anything else we can use. Clone, fresh copy of S, compare, contains to check if there's a substring, contains func, contains rune, count. Bow, 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 bow. Cup prefix. Should go on your lang till you come out at midnight. What up, Bedro? How are you? How are you, my cutie? My cutie patootie. Did you figure out your color theory? Can I pull up your thingy? Let's see it. Okay, you. Okay, but it's the same one color. White mode? Light mode. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Hey! Bash! Huge raid! Welcome in, Bash and Chatters. Thank you for the raid, Bash. Hope you had a good stream. How was your progress with the shell building? Bash, I was tweaking when everyone's like, you used AI to be more productive. That's why I was tweaking. I'm like, bro, she's enjoying building the thing. She's enjoying learning. Let her be. That's why I was tweaking. Welcome in, Russian chatter. I don't speak Russian. Big raid, yeah. Got a pin. What? Wait, what did you ask? Did you say something? There's probably a decent method in Go. I'm not sure. See, Go on Lang. Look at your portfolio. Commit to memory. You really need a job. Yeah, Bedro needs a job. Help him. Yo, the guy. Welcome in. And thank you for follow Blam Blam Dan. Welcome in. Thank you. Yeah, and feel free to raid and run. I know you had a long stream. Appreciate the raid. Appreciate you. I'll be coming to TwitchCon, by the way, Bash. So I'll see you there. In San Diego if you're going. Meant to reply to Bedro. Yeah. Turn to light mode for light mode scheme. Where is it? Where's the button? I turned off my dark reader for you. Where's the light mode? What do you mean? You add the button? Oh, maybe because it's nighttime for me. Is there a way to switch? Go to settings. Want me to open my settings in front of everybody? In browser settings. Okay. Welcome in Lovesick Part 2. Also, I use Microsoft Edge. Please don't judge me. I do enjoy appearance. Light. Flashbang. Oh, so you did use my color theory palette. Nice. Good job. It's logged down. Oh, mine's not logged down. It has access to my whole life. I work in cybersecurity. All right. It's just that because the enterprise world is like fully Microsoft, and I like having like one account to like store everything, including my browser history. And I'd rather not make a separate Google account to store things and use Chrome. So that's why I go Edge. And Edge is like quite performant. 70 billion 0 days coming my way. Yeah. Guys, don't judge my code. I'm learning Golang. Oh my god, it's still light mode. Wait. Yeah, it is quite quick. Although, quick introduction, I'm Abu. I work in cybersecurity. I've been in the industry 9 years. But it's been a while since I've done any coding. Like 7 years since I've built anything with code. Most of the stuff I do is sysadmin, network administration, cloud admin stuff, and infrastructure as code. And I spend most of my day in front of the prompter, prompting away. And I miss using my noggin, and I miss thinking like a programmer. So I am learning programming on my evenings. I'm putting my skill issues on full display and frustrating people in the process, watching the train wreck. Yeah. Okay. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. You guys have fun watching Atlas. I'll be right back. Okay. I don't like how I did it. I think so far the regex one seems the cleanest. But there's also is punctuation Unicode golang is punk, right? Does it is punctuation detect apostrophes as well? Oh yeah. We're listening to Kavinsky, rest in peace, all day just to appreciate. So it does detect apostrophes. Okay. Now matches any character in Unicode category P. Hmm. If you're stripping for punctuation, okay. Let's do the regex method. I'm gonna have to put too many cases in. Golang regex that replaces no, split string Golang and by white spaces and punctuation except apostrophe. Fields func splits the string based on a custom function. Oh, what is fields func? Fields func splits the string s at each run of Unicode code point satisfying and returns an array of slices of s. If all code points satisfies the string is empty, okay, every element of the return slice is non-empty. Unlike split, leading and trailing runs of code. Okay. Example. Oh, okay. Yo, Max Wayne. Hello, Mr. Max Wayne. How are you? Excited for the weekend? Got the Friday off, Monday off. Oh, 4 days. Any fun plans? You don't want a backseat? I could use some backseating. How do I have so many? I don't know, man. Got a Bash Bunny raid. What up, nice shit, dude? Hello, Tusu002. Welcome in. Oh, yeah. How are you, nice shit, dude? Welcome. What's the word? Breaking my head. Trying to split a string. But we gotta split the string by... Yo, Versimile dude. Welcome. Oh, Versimile dude, I wanted to ask. Because I like your vibe. But it's up to you. Can I make you mod? No pressure. Otherwise, you get to keep the VIP. Mod City, yeah. Look under my seat. I'm looking. Can if you want, no evil. Till you mod everyone, alright. What environment do I prefer to code in? Pure Vim. Oh, thank you, Nacha dude. Pure Vim, but that's because like at work, I'm not a dev, right? I work in security, and most of the time I'm just handling like very tiny scripts, infrastructure as code, and I'm jumping between like servers, right? And I used to be a VS Code guy. But this was back in like my first year, me being an intern. But when you're jumping into like jump boxes or SSHing into servers, uh, you need to be familiar with. No, you got to start out somewhere, right? So, like, see, I have my server hosted in Montreal. I just SSH in there. Easy. You want to make a change to something like a VI to do. But right now, this one's using NeoVim. But I'm still more comfortable just using basic Vim. I would have stuck to using VS Code and not forced myself to learn something if like the server was only dedicated to me, because you need to... VS Code has the ability where you install the remote SSH plugin on the server that you're SSHing to. So you can still like edit files on a server from your local VS Code instance. But since I'm like jumping around many different boxes troubleshooting, I had to force myself to get familiar with why. Sorry guys, one moment. Mini racks. You want to see mine? You want to check out my rack? I'm going to show you my rack. I need to pin this because it make it really hard to find it each time. Solid rack. That's my rack. It's not really a rack. It's just servers stacked on top of each other. It's more of a fire hazard. How do I pin a post? Yeah. It's I don't live here anymore. I don't live with the servers. I used to live in Montreal. Now I'm like multiple countries away, but my brother has ownership of it and he's keeping it up for me. Less rack, more rack, yeah. Yeah. Soon? One day. Guess how much all of that cost me though? And there's another device, the HP Switch. Rack is cracked. Rack is racked. Tasty RAM. Oh my god! Like so many, 2 big RAM sticks. Double DR5, double DR4. Yeah, I think I saw a funny. We're gonna take a detour. Detours are something that happens too often in this channel, but yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, I found it.
Without a question, say how you doing today.
Next thing you know, you're on one of those.
ChatGPT without a question, say how you doing today.
Next thing you know, you're on one of those AI dating things.
You meet a nice CPU or a GPU, and it's just, I mean, tall GPU, and she's got 2 massive sticks of RAM. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm talking 32 gigabytes each.
Yeah?
DDR5.
oh my God. Oh, double DR5.
Yeah, double DR5.
Yeah.
Yeah. You smack her PSU. You say, all right, baby.
Oh my.
All right, baby. Okay.
All right, okay. You ask her to marry you. She goes, I have to check with my motherboard. Woo! Get steamy. It gets hot. Sometimes I'll even pop into ChatGPT without a question. Say hi.
All right. How do I use this func? So we pass in a rune and it returns true. So it checks if there's a letter or a number. Okay. And then you run this fields func. and it returns this. It's split. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I got it. We'll do this then. Let's bring in Unicode. Um, function, it takes in a rune. Is letter return if it's not a letter, it returns true. If it's not a number, it returns true. Okay. And Unicode is punctuation, but this one and strings dot contain oh I'm gonna do this because it's not a string anymore, it's a rune. Rune representation of apostrophe golang. Be that. Okay. And C, right? So is letter. First, we check if it is a letter. Then we check if it's a number. Then we check if it's a punctuation. Thank you for the follow, H. Mendoza. Welcome in. And not this. Easy. And white space. Is there a Unicode representation of white space? Unicode Golang package. His letter is mark, his number is space. Is space. Oh, in this example, they just included what they wanted to include. They just listed out what they want included, right? So we can just do that. We don't need to include space. We don't need to say punctuation. You can just say, and a C is not apostrophe. Easy. Okay. Then word list is field funk. Phrase. Right? Okay. And then remove this. For keyword in word list. Yeah. Run test. Please work. No. All right. Unexpected 14. All right. Zeno, you can backseat. Fuck. What's going on? 12. Oh, yeah, I don't need this. Key. Field string submatch. Okay. What is that? Is that a fields? Find string submatch. Find string submatch. Part of regex. Let's just see if mine. Oh, 4 tests failed. Okay, progress. What happened? Test word count with apostrophes. Okay. Oh. This is not an apostrophe. This is an open quote. Okay. Second AI example. Hello, Peklarap. Welcome in. Good to see you. All right. All right. Where is it? With the AI of answering, okay. There's only one AI example. What does it do? We have this catches all words. Let's see other examples. Rejects package, find string submatch. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I barely pay attention to other chats outside of Twitch. Green dev? Okay. Thank you. Cat napping indeed. Welcome, Freedom Dow. So these just captures the words. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Objects that captures each word, including words that have apostrophes like don't, and ignores white spaces and remaining punctuation. So I guess we don't need must compile backtick. Found I wait, did you get an ad for iconic swimwear? I need that. Need that. Okay, then word list would be re dot find string submatch phrase. Oh yeah, I need to do a hot tub stream. Oh, this made things worse. I need to do a hot tub stream. Why did this not work? It's God damn it, don't make me pay for a bathtub. PNG tree. God damn it, here. Take my info. No, I want to join enterprise plan. No. God damn it. They're making this too difficult. What about this guy? Do I still need to pay for it? No! What a man gotta do to find a good bathtub PNG? Okay, what's wrong with this regex? Just word count one word, one of each word. We only have one, which is one. Want each of one. What up, C Market on Microsoft stores? Welcome in. Help fix the regex. In this for the problem in this page. Oh, find string submatch returns only one match. And word does not match apostrophes. Okay. Find all string. Okay. All string. What is -1? Takes 2 arguments. Maximum number of matches to return. Oh, return all matches. Okay. And they recommend using that. Matches a word. Optionally matches a contraction. Not multiple apostrophes. Okay. Neat. All right. When in doubt, rejects. But AI does a decent job at yes. No rejects. AI does a decent job at handling rejects. You get, yeah. We need to use find all string because the one you gave only does one match, a single match. Almost always. How would you do this? I tried one by one and became a nightmare. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Let's see if there's a Rust version. Here. You can test it here. Nice shit, dude. The Rust version. Maniac. Oh, I can clean it up. Let's look at community solutions. Right. Regex, make frequency. Wait, what the heck? This is so much simpler. Word plus apostrophe word plus for key and word in find all strings to lowercase. This is so clean. And they made they just use result make the type. Nice. Same. All right. Same regex. Stepping through. Okay, let's watch it. Computer file. I haven't watched their videos in a hot minute. Okay, we'll watch it. I'm gonna get some water. Bear back. Yeah. All right. That shit did also rest in peace, Kavinsky. I started out playing his songs, then the autoplay kicked in.
Today, as ever, we're going to listen to our subscribers, and a lot of them keep saying, well, you haven't really done regular expressions head on. You keep on mentioning them as though we know all about them, but we don't. It would be nice to have a sort of regular expressions explained, as it were. So although I'm going to do my best to do regular expressions completely as a one-off, no previous experience needed, for those of you who look at it and think, oh, come on, this relates to something else, we will give you the link to go to the previous episodes and you can get more details about just how it links into other things. To those of you who think I must be infinitely old and personal friends of all these people, well, I am of some of them, but not all. And today's hero is called Stephen Claney. He's the man who, in the mid-1950s, invented regular expressions. What Claney wanted was a way that...
And some of the test cases, Nightshade Dude, are like this. Like, the string is the string is like that. So you gotta ignore those apostrophes as well.
That he didn't have to draw diagrams like this one, but that he could abbreviate what the automaton was doing. So I'm going to number these states 0, 1, and 2. And I'm going to label this one over here as being the finish state. And this is going to be an incredibly simple string fragment, a fragment of a string of characters that we're going to recognize. This is the automaton way of depicting it. At the start, you are in state 0, and we're going to say that in state 0, as you are analyzing your input string, we'll put some input strings down here that this thing will be able to recognize. If what you see at the start of your string at the moment, not been coped with, is a letter A, then you go into state 1. If, let's take the simplest one I want to recognize, if in state 1 you've coped with the A, if the next character is C, then that is acceptable. So I write a C over that transition arc here, and that gets me into state 2. Usually the finish state is sometimes distinguished by drawing a sort of double circle like that. So you just glance at it and say, ah, that's it. So yeah, what I've drawn there certainly recognises the string AC. Frankly, electronics engineers and so on were using these not in the late 50s, in the early 50s. They used them for creating and understanding what they called state machines. And as I say, Claney sort of liked the idea, liked the pictorial notation, but wanted to see if he could get it to be more compact. So let's just finish the story by saying that if you come around on this loop and re-enter state 1, you can do so by recognizing a B in the string. So we've already shown that it can recognize AC. You just come here, you start, you get an A, you see a C, and you're finished. But equally, as we now see, it would also accept ABC. Start here, C and A. If the next character in your string is a B, fine, you accept it, but you come back into state 1. Although it doesn't explicitly involve a stack, this is like a sort of iterative, recursive re-entry into the same state. But
he should have named it Kleenex.
To the finish is via accepting a C.
But did Kleenex have a trademark? Kleenex trademark. Oh, 1920. You would have gotten wrecked.
At the end of the string for number 2. You can keep going around this B loop as long as you want, it will certainly accept A, B, B, C, A, 3B, C, and so on. And effectively what Kleiner came up with as being a good way of talking about these things over the phone and not having to draw diagrams is to say in his regular expression notation that it accepts A, B star, C. And this is the first bit of Kleiner invented notation, that star, which as we almost all of us now know means 0 or more of. Well, there we are then. The strings that automaton accepts is A followed by 0 or more B's finishing with a C. And the nice thing about this regular expression notation is just look at how compact it is. It is just so much easier to handle in a program than trying to do elementary computer graphics and literally draw yourself automata. Although for pictorially, I think everybody liked this way of sketching out what your automaton would accept. Those of you, some of you may have seen it. If not, follow the link out to the things we did about 3 years ago. You'll find in there an automaton that accepts 25 pence in order to issue a parking permit. It's all done with quite complicated but locally simple little transitions on either coins or characters or whatever. So just to underline and re-emphasize why this regular expression notation of Kleiner's was seized upon because it was so compact, is let's complete the triangle. One side of the triangle is the automaton approach, another side of the triangle we've now seen is the regular expression approach, completely equivalent. But if we look at the Chomsky grammar approach done on the playlist, would that be compact and nice? Not so much. The rules on Chomsky grammars in their purest form is that if you use a capital letter, that is a so-called non-terminal symbol. There'll be another left-hand side rule that develops it further, whereas lowercase literally means what it says. So this means, well, Chomsky tended to call them all sentences. A sentence in this limited language is a little letter A followed by anything that a B can be. So I have to complete this by saying, well, what can a capital B become? Well, again, look at the automaton diagram to which it's completely equivalent. What happens with a B is you can spit out a lowercase letter b or a B, or you can have a much simpler rule that says a capital B can just become the letter C. So there we are. Instead of one small line, we've got 3 lines. And if you're doing it the grammar way, and you might say, oh, well, can't you abbreviate that grammar a bit more? It's awful having to do 3 lines like that. It's very verbose. Yeah, here is the allowed shortening, but it's not much. You could say, all right, I will allow myself the luxury of the or bar and put a C there. So it's down to 2 lines now, not 3. What it's saying is a B can be a lowercase b followed by recursive re-entry into B again, or it can just be the letter C. So we're down to 2 lines, but it's still nowhere near as compact and nice as the regular expression is. And what I must absolutely emphasize, can't emphasize too much, I should put double-headed arrows all over the place here, is that all of these things, the automaton diagram, the regular expression, the grammar, they are all completely equivalent to each other. Those of you who've been through mathematics courses will know your instructors go on and on and on about, no, I'm not asking it whether one is a subset of the other or one is contained within the other, but there's a little bit extra. No, they are completely and totally equivalent. There is not a single thing that one will accept that the other won't, and vice versa. So it's just a matter of convenience of the notation, perhaps, if you're a computer scientist, for using in a programming context. And I think the other thing that also had to be coped with is to say, well, all right, you can do it as an automaton diagram, you can do it as a regular expression, you do it as a grammar. Regular expression is looking good because of the compactness of the notation, but
still figuring it out, Nightshade.
are we sure that there aren't some snags in this process of saying they're
To be
equivalent?
fair, it took me more than
Well,
1 hour.
One snag that did occur and was recognized very early on in the late 1950s, I mean, all of this, is that sometimes, looking at it, let's look at it from the automaton diagram point of
Yeah.
view. Sometimes you get a situation where what you want
Otherwise, for me, it would have been simple to just use the Unicode is punctuation. But that case kind of wrecked
is
me.
what's called non-deterministic.
I tried 4 different
in other
approaches
words,
and it
I'm happy
passed a
here
lot of
because there's
cases
only
except the
one exit from
the
0 to
apostrophe
get you into
cases.
1. It's labelled A. How would it be if I took another arrow out of
Before
0 and
settling
said
on
A
regex.
could also lead you somewhere else? So let's just draw up a little diagram of what horrors that might be. What happens and what would you do about it if you say, well, my regular expression, let's call it E, is actually either A, B, or I want to recognise A, B, B, B. Now, you might say, well, that's useless. How, how does that fit into anything? It does illustrate, though, a very, very important point, which is that if you are trying to build an automaton or recognizer for this, you've got 2 alternatives. Here you are at state 0, and you want to go in 2, possibly 2, completely different directions, but they both begin A. How do you choose? For the moment, I'm saying no cheating. No, you're not allowed to look ahead.
Case might be because they use list.
And worse still, of course, it
I don't
doesn't
know.
end there. It then goes on that whichever route you go, you find that the next thing is you've got to recognise a B. So the common factor, if you like, and it is like factorising expressions in algebra, you know, x cubed minus 1, take out an x squared, factorise it out at the front, it's x squared x minus 1. That's what, it's similar in principle to that. Now, of course, they do change a bit eventually because this one accepts an A here and then finishes up by accepting a B. This one, next one goes a B and another B, and finally it gets down into the finished state as well. Okay, well, it looks trivial, but what are you going to do? Here you are.
I'm going to end after, but before that, I want to set up a command on
The
Bot.
programmer trying to implement this, you look at the string and you say, but there's 2 ways I can cope with this. The most amazing thing about this is that 2 theoreticians in the late 50s won the Turing ACM award for saying it will always be possible to turn the non-deterministic one into a deterministic one. Now, how would we do that on this case? Easy. You start off with 0. You say that first of all we'll accept you always do an A and then a B. That's the common factor, if you like, for the start. But you put your split point here, that continues with an A and that line continues with a B to get the 2 avenues that you see up there. So we're factorising out the A and the B. And the story was, well, it's all right for us humans who are really intelligent to see that you can do that, but will it always be possible for these things to turn the non-deterministic one into a deterministic one where you force it through factorization first? And the answer from Dana Scott and Michael Rabin in the late 1950s was, it is always doable. So long as you stick to simple finite state automata, don't start monkeying around with extra RAM or stacks, just stick to them as they are, you can always do it. But it can get very, very hairy. So who was the first person who plunged headlong into this and said, I'm going to do it? Answer, Ken Thompson, our hero from Unix, Bell Labs and the whole lot. By the late 60s, he effectively was saying, this regular expression stuff is great for pattern matching in editors. I want to use it. But this problem of non-determinism, how do I cope with it? And it is the most amazingly far-sighted piece of work. You understand, when you look at this, why Ken Thompson is a legend. He basically said, I know it's non-deterministic, but I look at all possibilities. and I'll start pre-compiling little bits of assembler code to cope with whichever one turns up on the day, as it were. And everybody was open-mouthed about this. He also realized, he said, look, yeah, if you don't mind doing pre-processing, you can actually, you know, Michael and Dana have shown us that it is possible. Yeah, I know how to do that. But on the other hand, that could take some time, because it's all very well doing a little toy example like this, but non-determinism in a big real-life automaton could be held to disentangle.
What's an example of one of those then? What, like...
Well, let me give you one example which sounds utterly innocuous, but which I can give you, Sean, a complete page that you can show to the fans about this. Brian Kernighan wanted to get a regular expression recognizer for all of the keywords and all of the constructs in his PIC language, which after all is a preprocessor for the Unix TROF typesetting language. He just wanted to draw simple line diagrams. So we've got primitives like circle, line, ellipse, from, to, with, dotted to show you the nature of the line, all this kind of stuff. It looks innocuous, biggish, but innocuous. And he put it through one of these NFA to DFA. Let's stop it being non-deterministic. We want fast recognition. We want to build an engine. Don't care if it has more states than the non-deterministic one, but boy, it's got to go off like a Lamborghini, right? So be prepared to spend some pre-processing time. You can put out his release note with PIC, which says, the Lex phase takes an eon, 15 minutes on a VAX 750. Full stop. Be patient. Brian is always noted for his Ernest Hemingway terseness, you know. So that is what can come to haunt you, is that deconvoluting, tracing around everything to get it deterministic. It is worthwhile if you are going to be putting huge PIC scripts through this, so you're hammering it over and over and over again. You think, I've got to get this really efficient, otherwise we'll be here forever while we're using it. On the other hand, Ken's usage of it in the Unix editor ED took the pragmatic view. This thing, ED, in the early days, because Stream Editor, Lee McMahon hadn't been invented yet, just ED, you can get away with very simple regular expressions, because that's all that humans will use. If you're feeding it stuff that's been prepared by another program, that's when your pet schemes tend to die the death, because stuff prepared by another program can exploit little wrinkles that cause you great difficulty. But Ken said, no, in ED, I think I can get away with keeping it non-deterministic, but preparing and look ahead. It's one of the first examples of just-in-time compilation. He took the attitude, I'll look at which way the cookie crumbles, try and work out which is the most likely, and pre-compute pieces of fast assembler code that I can put in to actually execute these things. And it was the most amazing flexible system. It basically adapted to the input. It is a good example of just-in-time compilation. What Ken says is, I'll do it as I need it. Brian in PIC couldn't say that, because it's basically much more like a compiler, and it's a compiler that's been driven by reams of externally provided input. So two approaches to the same thing. Are you going to make it deterministic in all cases ahead of time, or are you going to cope with it as you go? The man goes to town, as we would say. To town, the man goes. Sounded to me.
Okay. Anytime I go to the washroom, I want the mods and or me to have the ability to run an ad. Let's see. Because I'm really bad at keeping track and paying attention to when ads run, and I feel really guilty when I'm like in the middle of something. Set up an ad. Okay, platforms, Twitch. I guess actions. It's okay. Add. Play ad. Okay. Twitch ads. Ad run. Okay. Okay. I guess that's it. And then command add. Moderators and VIPs can run it. Add. Okay. But Clara, are you there? Or anyone else without a sub here to... Or wait, let me open up my Twitch in incognito. You're there? Okay. I'll also open it up on my incognito. Right. I'm going to run a test ad. Let's see if it works. And let me know if you're in the middle of an ad. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to... Yeah, wait. Okay. First, yeah, it didn't work. I didn't link it. Let's do a chat message. How do I I want it to say playing ad during break. Right before ad runs. Sub actions, the order matters. Okay. Delete. The trigger would be custom. No. Commands. Right. Trigger, add, commands. For commands. Command triggered. Add. Right. And then Twitch. Chat. Send message to channel. Playing ad during ad break. Add. Twitch. Ads. Run commercial. Let's make it 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay. Done. All right. Let's see if this works. All right, gonna test now. It didn't work. Command triggered. Commands add. Actions. Do I need to add the exclamation mark? Oh, I do. You're right. All right. Let's try it again. Okay. Is the ad running though? Oh, it did. Next auto ad reduced by, okay. Neat. Commercial break in progress. Nice. Yeah. Ad's over, right? Beautiful. Thank you, Peklara. All right, we figured that out. All right, I'm gonna call it. Thank you all for coming and hanging. I know short stream today, but I was really dead after work. I wanted to play League Classic as well. We can do that tomorrow. Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, Bash, for the raid. If anyone is interested in coming and hanging out again, you like the vibes, feel free to drop a follow so you can get a notification and come in. I try to stream almost daily. I'm a variety streamer, but I do start off the day with a bit of coding just to keep the brain sharp. And I have Discord if anyone wants to come and hang with the community. Yeah. So feel free to drop a follow so you can get notified when I'm live next. And if you want to follow me on my socials, I shit post a lot. Sometimes I'm a little too unhinged, depending on how manic I am. Who do we want to raid? What are you guys feeling? I have 2 people in mind already. Oh, wait. Never mind. I know who we're gonna raid. Let's raid Bedro.
Actually make money. The patron saint of this movement is Peter Levels, a guy who shipped multiple successful apps from a single PHP file.
It's one of the mods.
But one of the main reasons indie hacking worked is that the
Say hi to Bedro. Give him our love.
and very few people could actually execute well.
We're gonna give him bit what am I gonna say? Bedrito raid. Thank you for hanging, Tuso. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Bedrito. No, wait. La Boo Boo. Heart Bedrito raid. Copy that raid message. And actually, dude, when you figure it out, send me your Rust script. I want to see what it looks like. Alright. Take care, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye.